We live in a world where technology is a part of almost everything we do. We use our phones to order food, to connect with friends, and to navigate our way through unfamiliar cities. It was only a matter of time before this same technology stepped into one of the most important areas of our lives: our health. For years we've seen fitness trackers and wellness apps become popular, helping us count our steps or log our meals. But now, we are entering a new, more powerful phase. We are seeing technology evolve from simply tracking our health to actively treating it. This is a monumental shift in how we think about medicine and what a treatment can actually be. Imagine a future where your doctor doesn't just hand you a prescription for a pill, but also one for an app on your smartphone. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now. This new frontier is what we call the digital revolution in healthcare. When you hear the term digital therapeutics, you might just think of another health and wellness app, but it's crucial to understand that these are in a league of their own. Digital therapeutics, often shortened to DTx, are not just step counters or calorie trackers. They are evidence-based, clinically evaluated software programs designed to treat, manage, or prevent a medical disorder or disease. Think of them as medicine, but delivered through an app or a device instead of a pill or an injection. To be considered a true digital therapeutic, a product must undergo rigorous testing and clinical trials to prove that it is both safe and effective, just like any traditional drug. The core idea behind DTx is to use technology to deliver medical interventions directly to patients. These interventions often rely on established techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy. Take diabetes, a chronic condition requiring constant management. Omada Health runs a digital program helping people at risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease make lasting lifestyle changes. Not just an app, a comprehensive system. Patients get a wireless scale. Patients get a professional health coach. Patients get an online peer community. The program uses data and behavioral science to guide healthier eating and more physical activity. Clinically proven, helps people lose weight, and reduces risk of developing chronic disease. Akili Interactive developed Endeavor RX, the first FDA-approved video game for treatment. Yes, a video game as medicine. The game's mechanics target cognitive functions, especially attention. Prescribed by a doctor. Recur Medical offers remote cardiac rehab. Patients receive a blood pressure monitor. Patients receive a smartwatch. The app guides personalized exercise plans, nutrition education, and medication management. Pear Therapeutics created Reset and Reset O, FDA-authorized prescription digital therapeutics. When we think of medicine, the first thing that often comes to mind is a pill. Traditional pharmaceuticals have been the cornerstone of medical treatment for over a century. A pill works through a chemical mechanism. It interacts with our biology. For example, lowering blood pressure, or killing bacteria. It's a well-understood model. You take the drug, it circulates through your body, and it targets a biological pathway. The dosage is generally fixed, and the experience is the same for most patients. It's a powerful but often one-size-fits-all approach. Digital therapeutics, on the other hand, work through a completely different mechanism. Instead of a chemical reaction, they deliver information, they deliver stimuli, and they deliver behavioral interventions. A DTx program for insomnia doesn't introduce a chemical to induce sleep. It retrains the brain and modifies behaviors through CBTI. Its mechanism of action is cognitive and behavioral, not pharmacological. One of the most significant differences lies in personalization and data. It's a truly personalized form of medicine, in a way a static pill can never be. One of the most powerful benefits of digital therapeutics is their incredible accessibility. You might live in a rural area, far from a specialist. You might have a job that makes it impossible to take time off for appointments, or the cost of therapy might be too high. Digital therapeutics can break down these barriers. As long as you have a smartphone or a computer, you can access your treatment from your living room, on your lunch break, or really whenever it fits into your life. This democratization of healthcare means that high-quality, evidence-based care is no longer confined to the walls of a clinic. Another major advantage is the potential for significant cost savings. While developing a high-quality digital therapeutic is not cheap, it is generally less expensive than traditional drug development. By helping patients manage chronic diseases more effectively, digital therapeutics can prevent costly complications and emergency room visits down the line. For example, preventing kidney failure, preventing heart attacks, or even preventing amputations. Personalization is another key benefit that really sets digital therapeutics apart. An app can track a user's data, like their mood, their blood sugar levels, or their engagement with the program, and tailor the intervention accordingly. When a patient sees a graph showing how their walk after dinner helps stabilize their blood sugar, it really reinforces that positive behavior. Despite all the incredible promise, the road for digital therapeutics is not without its bumps. One of the biggest hurdles is regulation. How do we ensure that a piece of software is safe and effective? Regulatory bodies like the Food and Drug Administration in the United States are working hard to create clear pathways for digital therapeutics, but it's a new and challenging area. It's different from regulating a pill. They have to evaluate the software itself, the clinical trial data, proving its effectiveness, and how the company will handle software updates and cybersecurity. Establishing a clear, consistent, and trusted regulatory framework is essential for building confidence among doctors and patients. Privacy and data security are also massive concerns, and for good reason. Digital therapeutics collect a huge amount of sensitive personal health information. Where is this data stored? Who has access to it? How is it protected from hackers? Patients need to be absolutely certain that their private health data is secure. Companies developing these products have a huge responsibility to build robust security measures and be transparent about their data policies. A single major data breach could severely damage public trust in the entire field of digital health, so getting this right is non-negotiable for the long-term success of digital therapeutics. For a doctor, integrating digital therapeutics into their practice represents a new way to extend care beyond the clinic walls. The process often starts during a patient consultation. For example, a doctor diagnoses mild depression. Instead of or in addition to prescribing an antidepressant, the doctor prescribes a digital therapeutic that delivers cognitive behavioral therapy. The doctor sends the prescription to a specialty digital pharmacy. The pharmacy provides the patient an access code and download instructions. The patient downloads and activates the software. The doctor can offer a proven therapeutic intervention immediately. Once the patient is using the digital therapeutic, the doctor's role shifts to monitoring and support. Many digital therapeutics include a clinician dashboard, a secure portal. The doctor can view de-identified aggregated patient progress. They can see if the patient is engaging with the program and how the patient is scoring on symptom assessments. They can see if any red flags are emerging. That data makes follow-ups more productive. Instead of "how have you been feeling," the doctor can say, "I see you've been struggling with the sleep modules. Let's talk about that." A diabetes patient might start by logging a blood glucose reading into the app. The app then gives a personalized breakfast tip and later reminds them to take a short walk. The app provides real-time feedback and education. It feels like a supportive partner. The interaction between the patient, the doctor, and the technology creates a collaborative loop of care. The rise of digital therapeutics has created a whole new industry with innovative companies leading the charge. These aren't typically your traditional pharmaceutical giants, tech-savvy startups, and specialized digital health companies. Their role begins with identifying an unmet medical need that can be addressed through a software-based intervention. This involves deep collaboration between software engineers, game designers, behavioral scientists, and medical doctors. Their goal is to build a product that is clinically effective and engaging and easy for patients to use. A digital therapeutic that is effective but too boring or complicated for patients to stick with is ultimately a failure. Once a promising product is developed, the company's next critical role is to prove that it actually works through rigorous clinical trials. They must design and run randomized controlled trials that compare their digital therapeutic against a placebo or standard of care. The results are submitted to regulatory bodies like the Food and Drug Administration for review. This commitment to evidence-based medicine separates a true digital therapeutic company from a simple wellness app developer. It's a huge investment, but essential for gaining credibility and market access. After approval, companies must convince healthcare systems, insurance companies, and employers to cover the cost. They also work to build distribution networks, often through digital pharmacies that specialize in dispensing these treatments. This includes marketing the digital therapeutic to doctors to build awareness and trust, providing technical support to patients, and continuously improving the software through updates, a unique ongoing responsibility unlike a static pill. Looking ahead, the future of medicine with digital therapeutics is incredibly bright and full of potential. We are standing at the beginning of a paradigm shift where treatment will become more holistic, personalized, data-driven. In the near future, a doctor's prescription pad will include pharmacological options and digital interventions. A patient might leave an appointment with a prescription for a blood pressure pill and a companion digital therapeutic. This integrated approach will become the new standard for many chronic conditions. Technology like artificial intelligence wearable sensors will make digital therapeutics more powerful. Imagine a mental health digital therapeutic that uses your smartwatch to detect rising stress and proactively delivers a calming intervention. Or a digital therapeutic for chronic pain that uses virtual reality for immersive, drug-free relief. As these technologies mature, digital therapeutics will provide real-time care, predictive care, highly personalized care, making medicine proactive rather than reactive. This transformation will change the relationship between patients and providers. Continuous data streams will give doctors a much fuller picture between visits. Consultations will become more meaningful and efficient, focused on proactive coaching and collaborative problem solving. Integration of digital therapeutics promises a system that is more accessible, more affordable, more effective for everyone. We still face challenges around regulation, access, privacy, but the trajectory is clear. Software is becoming a legitimate and powerful form of medicine.